The onset of the COVID-19 pandemic forced many organizations to transform their collaboration processes to counter the new challenges on communication. The pandemic also pushed organizations to rethink their digital-first strategy for engaging with their clients. I have Ahmed Omer with me on Future Now Talks today. Ahmed is a visionary leader and comes with years of experience in building unified communication propositions in UAE. He is currently heading the cloud communications function in Etisalat Digital. Welcome to Future Now Talks, Ahmed.
Thank you.
How did the pandemic change the mode of work and the way organizations communicate with their customers?
Indeed, Khadija, I think the pandemic has reshaped the communication, collaborations, and our customer engagement. I would say internally, organizations has empowered employees with the fantastic four. One, working anywhere, and this is where the luxury of remote working and mobile workers that give them the advantage of work-life balance. Second, working anytime, and this is where the employees define their productivity hours with their project peers. Third is working anyhow or through any channel, and this is where the communication starts from chatting, messaging, voice, and video interactions with the different peers. And last but not least is working with anyone, and this is where these tools remove the barriers of any instant interactions between your employees and your clients. On the other side, for the customers' engagements, I think the transformation that we've seen with organizations in engaging with their clients has also been evolved. In the education, for example, we've seen the online education. In healthcare, we've seen the doctor-patients telemedicine and telehealth care. And last but not least, in the retail, where it boomed in the interactions with their clients for the different stages of the journey.
So, what would be the criteria for organizations to choose the best collaboration tools?
Well, as the technology evolves, I would say organizations need to look at different parameters. First is a cloud-first strategy, and this is where it will remove the barriers of a time to market or a time to use for their internal stakeholders. Secondly, it will bring a future-proof solutions that will help them today and tomorrow, and it will also reduce their total cost of ownership when it comes to see these complex solutions. Quality, and it's very important for organizations to ensure a smooth service engagements internally and externally. Security responsibility goes all the way from the organizations to the group till the end users. A seamless integrations with the business processes of the organizations and their productivity tools, so you will be able to move into the different applications and create a seamless experience in your engagement. As users, I think usability and the simplified experience in terms of customer journey and customers interaction is very important.
How about customer engagement channels?
Well, in the external front, with organizations interacting with their clients, I think there was multiple changes in the considerations of your engagements. Organizations started to choose a digital first strategy in their engagements, and this started with the chatbots, the virtual agents, and all the way to their physical agents who are available anywhere. They need to consider relevancy of the use case with the right channel, and that's very important because an inquiry about your working hours of your business is not as equivalent as a product support case that your agent have to handle. Again, once you approach your customers, organizations have well defined the different segments of their current customers in a different persona to choose the right channel with the right use case to deal with them. Content that need to be communicated in the different stages of the journey. For you to manage the interaction with your customers, you need to choose the right channel with the right persona of your customers, with the right contents in the right time.
But the climate is changing now, and we're almost back to norm. What advice would you like to give organizations to ensure effective collaborations within the workplace?
Well, the climate is changing for sure, but I'm not sure if we are going back to normal. I think the new era of collaborations will be a different models of engagements. We've seen today that employees still prefers the remote working. Organizations have already decided to move into the hybrid mode of working, and that creates a different model of engagement between the teams who are available online and the teams who are available in the office, and the collaborations between both groups. I think this is something that has its own pros and cons, but the advices that I will put for organization is communication, and that include clear communications to the employees, to your partners, to your external stakeholders of when exactly the right model of engagement will happen. To continue the digital revolutions by maintaining all of these communications, documentations into the digital space. And we've seen today that we've got rid of a lot of paperwork, even if we had to go into these hybrid and online engagements to embrace video as a first channel of communications. And this will help to preserve the culture of the organization. Avoid the online fatigue because of these continuous hours of collaboration.
Now, Ahmed, in the line with our Future Now talks, what would you like to preserve for the future?
It's a good question. In the current digital educational revolutions, I would say I would like to maintain the schools. And when I say schools, is the schools that we used to know them in terms of kids' interactions, the community of parents, the teachers, the engagement with the social workers. All of these ecosystems have created an importance of creating soft skills to this generation. And I think it's as important as the hard skills in the future careers and jobs.
What would you like to bring from the future?
Well, I think this is something that I used to be passionate with is gaming and virtual reality. And I would like to see the implementation of the artificial intelligence more and more. And this is where employees and agents can simulate their avatars with a specific character that empowered with the right input of factual informations, risk analysis, and a few of decision making, and push them into these collaboration spaces and digital channels to make decisions in their behalf through a predefined criteria of situations.
Thank you, Ahmed, for joining us. At Future Now Talks, we bring the latest technologies and solutions where we collaborate with scale-ups, customers, and IT developers. And that's what Future Now Talks is all about. Stay tuned.